It's one of the only things I know that can actually regenerate nerve. Usually when you have a spinal cord injury, there isn't really any standard medical procedure that's going to regenerate the nerves.
Exactly.
And this can.
Welcome to Coffee Connections podcast. My name is Cindy Chase. Every week we talk to somebody new. This week, our special guest is Adrian Armstrong from Vernon, British Columbia. Adrian was in a car accident and injured his shoulder in 2015, and that's when he discovered PEMF Therapy mats. He's going to share what he has learned, and he says the results that he felt and he witnessed in others were so remarkable that he decided to educate others about the benefits of using PEMF therapy as his main profession. I think what I'm going to do first, because we're talking about nature and grounding, so I know you have a question. What is grounding and how does it affect your health? Grounding, also known as earthing, is the practice of making direct physical contact with the earth, usually by walking barefoot on natural surfaces like grass, dirt, or sand. The idea behind grounding is that the earth has a natural electrical charge, and when your skin touches it, especially through your feet, it allows your body to absorb electrons from the ground. These electrons are believed to act as antioxidants, neutralizing free radicals and reducing inflammation in the body. They agree. From a health perspective, grounding is thought to help reduce stress, improve sleep, and boost overall well-being.
Good morning. I just want to do an update on my pulsed electromagnetic field therapy journey. I'm about to work out, and so that means I'll do a 12-minute session set to performance on this thing. Let's see. Performance. And I've also got the LED goggles that I'm going to use. And I just turned it on so you could see what it looks like. My eyes will be closed, by the way. Can you actually see that? Yeah. And that is supposed to stimulate my brain and make everything work the way it's supposed to. My back is feeling really good, actually, and my knee is kind of bothering me, and that is because when your cells are breaking down and regenerating, the old injury areas will also break down, so that'll give you a little bit of pain before it gets better.
Can you do me a huge favor? Please like and subscribe. Have you subscribed to my channel yet? Hello and welcome to Coffee Connections podcast. Today our special guest is Adrian Armstrong from PEMF Solution. Welcome, Adrian.
Thanks, Cindy. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, it's been a couple years since we've actually had a Zoom call, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Or was it 3? Is it 3 years?
It was 3 when you got your mat. Yeah.
Right. Tell us where you are from, a little bit of your background and how you got into the health industry.
Well, I'm currently living in Vernon, British Columbia, but I was on the West Coast in Vancouver for a long time. And I used to do massage. I did massage for 35 years. And I also did brain balancing alignments, and I taught Tai Chi. So I was all about health. I had a chronic bad back myself for most of my adult life, from my late 20s till 10 years ago when I got my mat. And everybody in my whole family passed away with cancers. So I've done deep dives into all kinds of disease conditions and what causes them and how to avoid them for me and for helping other people as well. Prior to the mat, I did a lot of work with nutritional products, but the PEMF mat was something that changed my whole life. And then when I started sharing it with other people, it was so effective for everybody that I shared it with that that just became my main passion.
Right. And it's helped your back a lot?
Oh, completely. Yeah, I don't have any back issues at all. If I know now, if I do something that throws me out of whack, I'm I can get back in right away within a day.
Oh, wow. As long as you address it immediately, right?
Yeah, but if you didn't, I mean, it's still having a mat in your own home. You can use it every day, and it keeps your body structurally in alignment,
Right.
and just for me, it's reversed my aging.
Like you said, I purchased the PEMF therapy system or through you about 3 years ago, and I've been using it consistently. But mostly I found that since I got married and moved in with my husband, our living space is smaller. So what I ended up doing is putting that mat on my bed under my foam. So every night when I go to bed, I put it on for the full hour on 400 and I sleep with that. And then if I wake up or whatever, I'll put it on again. I know that ideally you should lay on your back, flat on your back, so that gravity can pull, where your body is supposed to be positioned and your spine and everything. What if I lay on my side, or what if I sleep?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. When you lay on your back, your body settles nicely, but the magnetic field passes through your whole body, so it doesn't really make any difference. So I have one underneath. I have a 14-inch foam mattress.
Wow.
Mine is underneath my mattress. It also has a setting. There's like an alarm clock feature that you can turn on so that it comes on automatically for me in the morning before I even wake up. 400 is high intensity for going to sleep. It might be energizing you too much, so you're not getting as deep a sleep. But that sleep is designed to give you the nighttime frequencies so that your brain gets into delta mode, so you get a deeper sleep.
But that's only like a 24-minute session, isn't it?
You could set it for an hour on sensitive. At nighttime, you're better to use it on sensitive because you'll get a better sleep. And then you could set it on a higher intensity in the morning to help wake you up. For working out, it gives you more energy because it's actually giving you real ATP in your mitochondria. So it's giving you energy in the way your body was meant to get energy, not just from drinking caffeine or sugar. Those are artificial stimulants which give you a spike of energy, but then you crash.
Right.
And this creates real ATP in your mitochondria. So that's adenosine triphosphate, which is the energy that our mitochondria are supposed to get to power us through the day. So then all your cells have the energy they need to do the work they need to do. And your body knows how to heal itself.
And if you're giving it the proper fuel too, right?
Yeah, so I mean, it's still important, that you're eating good and that you're drinking water. Drinking water is the most important thing when you're using PEMF, because we are electrical beings and water is a conductor for electricity.
I kind of thought it was to flush out the, like a fireplace, you have to get rid of the ashes that were burned up, right?
Yeah, it's also that, because the PEMF it increases cell permeability, so nutrients get in better and toxins get out better. And it's always gently detoxing you. So it increases your circulation and your oxygenation, but it's also gently detoxing. So you want water to flush that out so it's not just getting reabsorbed into your system.
Can you give us some examples of some success stories for post-electromagnetic field therapy?
Sure, there's tons. I mean, it's not disease specific. So because people will always say, well, does it help with arthritis, or does it help with diabetes or cancer, or various conditions they might have or they've been diagnosed with? Because it works on every single cell in your body and optimizes cell function, whatever the condition people have, it's going to improve. The ones that you probably are more common for people are any kind of pain in the body. For me, it was back pain, but any arthritis or rheumatism or bursitis or any kind of shoulder injuries, and also sleep issues, because it really helps you get to a deeper place of sleep, which is when your body's supposed to be healing. But there's a ton of testimonials on my website from back pain, cancer, you name it. I've got probably over 1,000 people on my team now with mats, and everybody loves their mat and everybody improves no matter what the diagnosis was.
Somebody that we both know, she came and tried it a few times, but the very first time she tried it, she messaged me the next day and said that it helped her with her incontinence. The very first treatment helped her. That's a huge thing in the very first session.
Not everybody notices in the first session, but most people do. a 25-minute session, on some level, they know they feel better. Sometimes it's just, oh, I feel more relaxed, or my pain went away a little bit, but it works very quickly. You know, a big issue that a lot of people aren't even aware of these days, especially as we're spending more time on these devices, on Zooms, on computers, on Wi-Fi all the time. No matter where you go, even when you're out in nature these days, you still have a cell phone signal. So those are all frequencies. And it's kind of like if I hit a tuning fork and I hold up a second one, the second one will start resonating with the first one, even though I didn't hit it.
Really?
Yeah. And our bodies are kind of like that second tuning fork. We resonate with the environments that we live in. The Earth's frequencies, before we electrified the whole planet, and especially since we started using Wi-Fi, the Earth's frequencies were 0 to 30 hertz. So a hertz is 1 cycle per second. So we are meant to be in harmony with those Earth-based frequencies, vibrating at 0 to 30 cycles per second. Your Wi-Fi router is 2.4 billion cycles per second. So you're living in an environment where we don't see it, but we're surrounded everywhere we go by these frequencies that are vibrating so fast they overwhelm our systems. They don't let us heal properly.
Yeah.
So when you expose the body to the correct frequencies, and what it does is when you lay on the mat, it actually forces all your cells to resonate at 0 to 30 cycles per second.
Oh.
And then that keeps that up for, say, 6 to 10 hours until you again get overwhelmed by the world you're living in. So ideally, if you lay on your mat twice a day,
Right.
keeps you in those frequencies all the time. So every cell is healing faster all the time. Our cells are constantly reproducing, so you want them to reproduce stronger and healthier, not weaker each time, because they're just being overwhelmed by these horrible frequencies that we live in.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
That's a big piece of the puzzle. The two things, probably the biggest, are energizing your cells, because again, diseases show up when your body doesn't have the energy it needs to prevent them. So if you can keep all of your cells energized so that they can do their work and reproduce in a healthy way, then you're not going to get all these what I call civilization diseases because of the environments and everything going to 5G and having a smart meter on your house, and for a lot of people, bad diet and not drinking clean water and not breathing fresh air. And we live indoors a lot of the time. Most people don't get out enough into nature. I think
Exactly.
most people know they feel better in nature, and that's why people like to camp. You're camping and you're sleeping on the ground. It's actually healthier for you. But again, we don't do it enough. And even when you do today, you've still got a cell phone signal. So it's not the pure environment that our grandparents grew up in.
I was reading something online and they were talking about electromagnetic fields. It was related to linen and wool. Do you know anything about that? How they are both like 5,000 megahertz or something like that, but they're opposite of each other?
I'm not sure about the frequencies that they talk about with that, but they are natural fibers. And a lot of people these days are basically wearing plastic. All the polyesters and the fleeces and all that stuff, it's all made of plastic. And it, again, affects your health. Organic cottons, hemp, bamboo, linen, although I think there's something about not mixing linen with wool or something.
That's right, because they're opposite.
Everything is energy and it's all connected. So we are all vibrating energy. And the key to health is to have it in the right frequency where it's actually helping your health as opposed to decreasing your health.
So PEMF therapy would boost your immune system, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it just boosts the function of every cell in your body, your brain function. And again, because the magnetic fields pass through your body completely, it gets to your brain as well. So people with cognitive issues or depression, anxiety, all those kind of things, it puts you into your parasympathetic nervous system right away. Because most of us are in not me, most people are in fight or flight mode all the time. Stress response was designed to deal primitively with being chased by a wild animal. But today, stress doesn't go away. It's constant in most people's lives, and it's hard for them to sometimes shut their brain off at night and don't fall asleep because there's so much going on in your world and too much stress, too much input everywhere you look. There's some stuff that we were designed to live in a more natural world, more natural environment, and not be, staring at screens all day, the same distance from your face all the time. Those things make your eyesight bad. So many things in today's world aren't helping us. So this is one way of helping your body deal with all of that, get you out of that fight or flight mode all the time, get your body into a rest and digest mode where it can actually heal better.
And this is all subliminal, right? You don't even have to think about it. You can fall asleep and it's still doing its thing, right?
That's the beauty of this technology, is that it's very easy. All you have to do is learn how to turn it on and lay down, and most people can do that. So you don't have to get a new exercise program, or you don't have to change yes, you should eat better probably and work out more, but for a lot of people it's a struggle to make those kind of habitual changes, whereas this is something, as long as you can find a place to put it, and you just got to turn it on. You can do it while you're watching TV, while you're reading a book, or you can just lay there and meditate.
I lay on it and turn it on, have my nap. I'm glad that that's the twice a day then, just like you said.
Yeah, twice a day. I use mine a lot more. I've kind of built it into all my furniture. One of our models has far infrared built in to the full body mat as well, so that's, especially in the winter, that's nice because you come in and it's cold and you can get that nice warm feel. Wow. And I have a back pad into the back of I put it in the frame of my lazy boy chair. So while I'm sitting here on this radioactive iPad, I have a small little device that I'm using and a back pad. So I've got a bubble of healing energy to protect me from this horrible stuff.
In regards to putting it under your mattress, if there's steel wires, you don't want to use it.
My mattress doesn't have metal coils. I don't recommend anybody sleep on metal coils. They are conducting the dirty electricity from your wall. Every electrical appliance in your house is giving off a magnetic field, an electromagnetic field. The difference is, are they healthy or are they not? Right? Our electricity in North America is 60 hertz. It's not good for most people. You want to get into that lower 0 to 30 hertz range. It's all about the frequencies. But your toaster, your microwave ovens especially, but your television gives off electromagnetic fields.
Does distance matter? Like sit further away and it's less?
Yeah, same with your cell phone. The further away from it you are, the better. You definitely never hold it up to your head. Use headphones, put it on speakerphone. Those are again very bad, unhealthy frequencies that if you hold it to your head long enough, after 10 years of doing that every day, you're probably going to have a brain tumor.
Is there anything that you want to emphasize to the viewers about taking care of your health, specifically using PEMF therapy?
Well, the cheapest and freest thing to do to help most people, if they drank more water, clean water, and they did more breathing. That'll improve most people's health, and that doesn't cost anything.
What kind of breathing?
Any kind of deep breathing, diaphragm breathing. Better to breathe in with your belly. If you watch a baby breathe, when they breathe in, their stomach extends. We're kind of taught to suck in our stomach and stick out our chest. Deeper, more abdominal breathing. A lot of people, even if you focus on your breathing, you might do 2 breaths and then your mind is running off doing something else, and it's something that's always there for you whenever you're stressed. You take 10 deep breaths. We tend to breathe very quickly and very shallow. With the mats, it's just using it. Like I use mine more than just twice a day because I know the benefit that it does. So I give myself therapy all kinds of time, because especially since all the lockdowns, I am, and I know a lot of people are spending a lot more time online.
The nice thing about this, the system that I purchased, is there's a Omni pad, which is like a seat. It's mobile. If you're a truck driver, you can bring it in your truck.
And that's the beauty of that system, is that the Android tablet that powers it, once you charge up your tablet, you don't have to be plugged into the wall. So yes, I used to use it on long drives.
Well, I've been bringing it to visit my son, like 2 or 3 times a week. He's the one that was in an accident and his spinal cord was severed. He's paralyzed, but after using this back pad probably 6 or 7 times, He's starting to feel some sensations, like when he's got to transfer himself from the hospital bed to the wheelchair, he feels it under his butt.
It's one of the only things I know that can actually regenerate nerve. Usually when you have a spinal cord injury, there isn't really any standard medical procedure that's going to regenerate your nerves.
Exactly.
And this can.
I just want to say thank you for your time.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to see you again, and it can really help a lot of people. It gives people hope again. So
I'll put your contact information below this video. Thanks, Adrian. Bye now. I'm excited to share that next week our special guest is Carrie George, CEO of CIBN Networking. If you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to build your business, local or worldwide, Carrie's the gal that you should get to know, and she can lead you in the right direction. So stay tuned for next week. I guess that's about it for today, folks. I just want to say thank you to Adrian Armstrong for taking the time to chat about all things health and PEMF therapy. It also includes drinking lots of water, getting lots of sleep, eating proper nutrition, but PEMF therapy really does help. Even grounding, even like walking in the ground with your bare feet. If you can't afford a PEMF therapy system, take your shoes off. Go walk in the grass, go walk in the dirt, and that will help as well. So thank you so much. We'll see you guys next week, okay? Bye.